Alright, folks, shall we try this again? Looks like I don't know why, Windows seems to have changed my default audio input device in the last run. Thanks, Windows. So, why don't we get this going? So, just doing another quick FaceRig test tonight. Let's go ahead and switch over to the game here. Willing to bet it's going to be a black screen again. Yep. Takes a minute for that to initialize. If it ever does. I'll put up the testing message here, because this is a test. Hey, where'd my game go? Oh, technology. Okay. Almost there. Face tracking's working. Everything's good. Quick, play the game before something breaks. So as I was trying to say last time, I hope you're having a good evening. Me, personally, I thought I'd be unconscious by this point. After being up way too late last night, a rather intense day of, well, just stuff at work. Feeling like I need to nap all night, fighting it off, thinking I'm going to save this up and I'm going to get to bed at a decent time. But unfortunately, no. My sleep cycle says otherwise. Now, I have no idea how late I'm going to be up. But I thought, you know, I had some ideas on how to tweak the avatar's mouth movement so that hopefully it's a little bit more responsive. Although I think part of it is going to be tuning in the software. Part of it's just going to be me moving my face a whole lot more while I talk. Boy, this game is taking a long time to load. So the last time I loaded this is curious. I've not had this happen before. Apparently, it had to move my camp. So I don't have to pay to place it somewhere else, but the stuff I set up is now gone. That's annoying. I'm one of the people who I actually like 76. I think there's a lot to like about it. I'm also not, I'm not blind to its faults. I'm not, you know, of the mind that Bethesda can't I'm not of the mind that Bethesda can't make mistakes. They make mistakes all the time. But I'm not hating on it like so many people are. Super mutants, and yeah, I just landed right in the middle of who knows what. Let's duck and see where we are. So I've got to go to the Charleston Herald. I wonder if, can't help but want to look over and see if my mouth is moving as I do this, but oh well. I think I hear someone coming. Better be careful. Yep, there's someone. Gosh, I look forward to having the skill and plans and everything to build weapons that can take these dunes out in one hit. That's going to be a while, though. Let's walk over this way. Cool. What am I hearing? Oh, I know what that is. Who's attacking that thing? Is there someone over there? Doesn't look like it. Wonder what's attacking it. Oh, it's one of those little robot things. I can't remember what they're called. It's one of those sentries. I'm just going to leave him alone. He's big and scary, and I'm not even up to a one-on-one fight with him. Not without me hiding somewhere far away, taking pot shots at him as he wanders around. But even then, I'd rather be up close enough to be able to throw some grenades at him. Anyway, so yeah, so now I've got to move my camp. Just in general, some of the... Well, I'll kind of shorthand this for right now. So like I said, I'm not really hating on the game for a lot of the reasons that so many people are. But I do see its faults. And one of them is that it's this world where, by design, there isn't a ton of what you might call conscious interaction. Like, you can interact with other players, but that's about it. So you need some kind of substitution for that. You need something, right? You need to feel like you're having an impact on the world. Well, unfortunately, the way the world is designed, it doesn't feel like you can really permanently change the world either. Which gets me to my point. The idea that they're going to move your camp around on you when you stop playing, that's pretty lame. That's pretty awful. I mean, that goes way beyond the the idea that nothing I do in the world is permanent. It's like I can't even rely on my home staying where it is. So here's hoping they get that straightened out. Because, I mean, really, what can you count on then? The, you know, big selling point of the game was that you can set up your camp anywhere. You're not just restricted to settlements for building, which I think is awesome. I kind of wonder what the settlements are for. I really haven't really seen a clear benefit to them yet. And then the one settlement I did take, I came back and the same thing had happened. Submachine gun. Not interested. Anyway, yeah, the same thing had happened. I had claimed it. I had started to clean the thing up. I came back. Someone else had claimed it in my absence. So understanding that, you know, people can attack and that kind of thing, I get. But right now, it just feels like, you know, there's a very, very limited ability to have any meaningful, lasting impact on the world. It's a big, mostly static sandbox that you can play in. And I still love it. I'm still looking forward to playing with my family when they get copies of the game. But they've got a long way to go, I think, before it's really, really polished. I mean, even as much as I like it, I will admit that the release was a little odd. And that's a major understatement, right? So there's a lot that companies do to themselves in setting expectations for things. You know, so whatever this was going to be, like if they had packaged this as sort of like Fallout 4.1 or 4.9 or something, some variation on that. It's kind of like, you know, it's Fallout 4, but different. Think of it as DLC. Whole new map, lots of new enemies. Some other things are gone, but anyway, I think, you know, psychologically, I think that would have had a much different, would have been received very differently than 76. Like, they did not call it Fallout 5 on purpose, right? I mean, if they had, I think, oh man, you think this release had PR issues? That would have been an absolute nightmare. But I can't imagine that they aren't committed to the long haul with this thing. What else are they going to do right now? I mean, I know they've got other irons in the fire. But they also have to be thinking about, you know, how this was received. And then how a brand new property, I can't remember what they call it, that new space-based thing that they're working on. How do they think that's going to be received if they couldn't really even pull this off very well? And again, I like it, but it definitely has issues. Who's that? Super mutants. Oh well. My biggest grief with so much of the criticism out there right now is that it's very sort of based in a strong sense of entitlement, a distinct lack of reasoning. There's a lot of flat-out, just plain, unadorned, unreasoned opinion out there. And yeah, that's lame. You know, you could try to say, oh, but it's their opinion and they're entitled to it, and yada, yada, yada. But the truth is, you're engaging in public discourse, your opinion better be based on more than just, I liked what I liked. Otherwise, you looked a little silly, to say the least. Gosh, you know, it's too bad that the combat in this game just doesn't really work. It's so buggy and broken. I mean, if anything, okay, maybe it's a little too easy. I don't think so. I've had enough fights that did not go well. I just know how to choose my battles here. Fight from a distance. Oh, no. No, I'm not fighting with my... I'm not going to bare knuckle it here. Use something else with the scope. Stay over here. Oh, night old. Bang. There we go. Whoops. Bang. Where did I get hit from? You are suffering from dehydration. Let's deal with that real quick. Oh, that's the wrong button. This one. And we go here. There we go. Go over to aid. Take a couple boiled water. What else do we have? Some spoiled meat. Let's drop that. Right away. Purified water. Now we're talking. And some beer. Or lager. Whatever you want to call it. And I'll finish off my mut chops. Still there? You're still there. Not very smart. Oh. And ping. That is a bud, right? Whoa. Oh, this is fun. Is he gonna like clone every time? Okay. I thought he might clone himself every time I shoot him. There are like 3 piled up on top of one another there. This is how most of my fighting is going in the game right now. Combat at a distance. I just don't have the armor. I don't have the short-range weapons. I don't have the endurance, the hit points, anything to really engage in a lot of up-close, face-to-face combat. I probably won't for a while. So I gotta figure out, speaking of practical things, I gotta figure out where to put my camp now. No, I have no... Ooh. Up there would be cool. I can get up there. This is probably closer, but can I scale that? So I'm facing west. Let's take a look at the map. Oh yeah, totally. Let's just keep heading over that way. Man, I'm telling you, my rifle is breaking a lot lately. Like, it's not just... So far as I can tell, it's not just that it's kind of breaking down bit by bit. Like, it gets down to a certain point, then has a hard failure. It's the second time in the last, I think, 3 play sessions that it's busted. So I don't know if they, like, wear out faster over time or what, but that's gonna get kind of old. So I do have a chat window open. If you're watching and I don't say hi, my apologies. My setup is even messier than usual right now. It's kind of hard to see things. If I have anyone watching who's just kind of lurking from any of the sources that I broadcast to, welcome. I honestly can't see if anyone's watching right now, which is fine. This is mainly for me to go back a little later. Oh, dinner. Hello. Oh, it went down the cliff, didn't it? Oh, good. Okay, so now I gotta find a stove. Whoop. Gotta find a stove, or else end up carrying around some more spoiled meat. Up. Oh, come on. Come on. Nope. Just a road through here somewhere. Come on. Oh, there we go. Looks kind of like a road. And I'm willing to bet I'm going to run into more super mutants up here. If I can, I'm just going to sneak by them, just because with that, I mean, that one rifle that busted, that's where most of my ammo is. Since I can't use that right now, I'm effectively not unarmed, but I don't have a lot of ammo for all my other guns stocked up. Actually, how's my shotgun doing? Oh, that's busted too. Even better. Alright, well, this is where I'd meant to go. I'm not so sure, looking at it now, that it would be an outstanding... Let's not use this on them. Nope. Get down. Get down. Alright. I haven't been following my own principles here. Learned really well in Fallout 4. You go for the legs. See if it still works here. It slows them down a little. Definitely. Whoop! Whoop! Get away from there. Oh, he's back. Yeah, it's not working as well. There. Nah. So that's the thing with that. I mean, it's not ineffective, but you end up using a ton of ammo in just to take down even low-level things. Turn that off. No, I didn't want to... Whatever. Oh, I recognize where I am. That's weird. I can't... This is the first time I've come at this direction, and I did not recognize this bridge. So this is going to have ghouls all over it. And ordinarily, I'd sit here... Maybe there's... Is there a weapons work... There's got to be a weapons workbench here, right? I mean, look at this place. Anything? Pre-war money. Oh, that's right. I forgot. There's a little bit of a story attached to that person. That's maybe, oh, there you are. It's another pet peeve with a lot of the criticism in the game. It's the idea that there's no story here. It's very much like Fallout 4, admittedly, without its main story. But again, to me, the main story in Fallout 4 was not really an outstanding example of writing for games or otherwise. So I can't say I miss it all that much. But it has it has lots and lots and lots of little stories, right? So as you're... Well, that didn't help. So as you're wandering around, you're going to find everything from just one little situation, you know, the way certain things are arranged that'll suggest what happened. You can sort of imply a story from that. And there are going to be smaller arcs. True, you don't get to interact with NPCs, but again, I think that's really personal preference. Too much noise, huh? Personally, I don't miss it.
Sheila yesterday about finding some food. She said she'd give me the info about a place if I grabbed some food for both of us. I agreed, and she pointed me to an old building nearby filled with machines that could make something she called cream. I never heard of it, but she promised that it tasted good and it would keep us both from starving.
That sounds awful.
Her instructions. All I had to do was push a button and the machines would start cranking out bottles. What she forgot to tell me was that it would be loud as hell and attract every creature in earshot. It took everything I had to fight the things that swarmed the building. I barely made it out of there alive. If anyone finds this, tell Sheila that I'm keeping all the damn bottles of cream. Next time, she can come get her own.
So I may have actually seen a bottle of this stuff around somewhere. Left it alone because frankly it didn't sound... Its use wasn't all that clear and it didn't sound all that appetizing, so... Hey! Looks like Torky Ginger 3. How you doing this evening? I'm doing pretty well. Mainly capturing some footage so I can see how well my new little custom avatar works. And and just kind of blathering to myself, as one does while streaming. And let's not use that. Let's switch. 6 shots. 1. 2. There's gotta be another one around. Yep. Woo! Missed. Alright, let's switch. Actually, let's switch to this. There we go. I think he's dead. Again. What level am I? Let's see. I don't even know. 17. And the stuff I was talking about, when you listen to a recording that you find back at Yonder House over there, they talk about starting up some machines and producing something called cream, which I've seen in... no, I don't want the teddy bear. I've seen in at least one other place in the game. No idea what it is. Probably just going to leave that alone. So we'll see if we can save some ammo going across the bridge here. We'll just stick to the axe. Hello. There you go. So, have you played a whole lot of 76 yet? Right away is good. Like, what level is your character? This is definitely my first playthrough. I have not played much at all. Which I guess being level 17, you'd think I'd played some. But I really haven't been focusing on any of, like, I haven't been focusing on the main story. I haven't really been focusing on much, but going around and just kind of getting the feel for how things work. Whoop. Oh, shoot. There we go. You have no desire to play 76. So are you a Fallout 4 fan? Or Elder Scrolls? Or any Bethesda properties? That is one enormous bug. Hello. Ooh. Sneaky. Get off. Ooh, that's annoying. So, rather like in Fallout 4, apparently the bugs are like the worst things to try to kill. Terrible. Skyrim, Loved Oblivion. I've not played either of those. My wife and son both really, really liked Skyrim. I'm not a fan of sword and sorcery fantasy. So, I tried playing a couple times. I sort of rented a Sony VR headset and thought I'd give the VR version of Skyrim a try. Ended up just getting royally queasy. Didn't follow through with it. Just wasn't my thing. I'm missing out, huh? They have archery. I've somehow gone through my entire Fallout life without archery. And I don't know, I've managed to have fun. Go figure. So sad. But I'll tell you what, if I really, really like a game, I'd almost go as far to say, the more I like a game, the more doomed it is. Like, my favorite games have been really panned by critics, shut down. So as soon as I actually found that I liked a lot of things in this, I knew it was just like everyone was going to be hating on it. Let's see. I am on PlayStation for some things. Mainly, like PlayStation exclusive stuff. So, played Detroit and all that. You know, playing online is a brand new thing for me. There's been like one other multiplayer game I tried. It's kind of a weird one. Doesn't really fit any of the usual categories, so it wasn't really a good example of typical online play. But I liked it quite a bit. And so far, all my experiences in this have been, personally, I mean, I understand it's not everyone's thing. Not trying to sell you on it. I've been pleasantly surprised. I've only run into 2 problematic cases, and both of them were in the first few minutes of the game. So, like, when I played the beta, someone else who was designing their character could hear things going on in the back, you know, like my mic was just picking up background noise. And oh my goodness, they did not like that. Oh, so have you played The Last of Us at all? Like, have you borrowed one? Because you should totally borrow a PS4 to play The Last of Us. That is an absolutely stellar game. Like, I also like Naughty Dog's, I like the Uncharted series. What? Apparently I tripped on a rock. Stubbed my toe. As much as I like Uncharted, there's just no comparison between that and The Last of Us. Lots of rules. Poor guy was just trying to get away. Oh look, he's like skating. That's a cool trick. Moving over so he could, like, surprise me, jump out of the bushes or something. Usually Xbox pretty much all the way. See, I've never owned an Xbox. You know, the games that I bought a PlayStation for I mean, there are tons of PlayStation exclusives. And I generally don't like platform exclusive games. But there have been a lot on there. I mean, you know, The Last of Us, Eco a long time ago, Shadow of the Colossus. I'm blanking on the others, but that's the start of the list. I've never seen a game, like I've never had a great reason to buy an Xbox yet. I thought that this was going to be it. Controller feel? Yeah, you know. You prefer the Xbox controller? I might after a while. That's the other, you know, when you kind of, when you've used one thing exclusively for so long, anything else feels weird, right? So it could be the best controller in the world, and I've just not used it much, so it feels super awkward. Although I've noticed that with some of the Pro-style 6-axis, you know, the PlayStation controllers. Ooh, sturdy leather chest piece. Yeah, let's grab that. They have one in particular that you can switch around the D-pads and the joysticks and all that, so you can switch it back and forth between, you know, PlayStation style and Xbox style. They have different levels of weights that you can put in the control. It looks pretty slick, but problem again with me is that's just all that extra stuff is not going to help me play any better. It would be awesome if I had an unlimited budget and all the time in the world to play games. I might think about it, but nope. So anyway, yeah, I thought that they were going to... I know that Sony was being, you know, kind of jerky about not doing crossplay when this was coming out. They were, for whatever reason, deciding that they didn't want to do it. They didn't get it in the game, and I was kind of surprised that Bethesda then did not offer Xbox PC crossplay, which would have actually led me to buy my first Xbox. That way my wife would have been able to play on there. She prefers controllers to a mouse and all that. It would have been awesome, but they didn't. So we're just not playing together. We'll probably get a copy for the PlayStation, and she can play over there, and I'll play in the PC, and we'll just play in completely different worlds. Oh, old school Nintendo. I made the switch from Nintendo to Xbox. Well, you know, why switch? They're both awesome, right? There is such a huge backlog of Nintendo stuff that I still have to play. I mean, just the Zelda games alone. So, if I loved her, I would. I'll probably end up hearing some... Whoop. Hey, guys. I was going to say mind if I cut in, but I think that's just a little too cheesy. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I'll probably end up hearing something like that from her. Maybe it'll lead me to buy a second copy. We actually, we have multiple PlayStations. Because again, we were both playing a multiplayer game before, and that was how we could play together. But the other thing with this particular game is, I'm kind of curious to see how it performs on a, not a PlayStation Pro. On the PC, it works fine. I haven't had any trouble. What's the worst that could happen? Well, what's the worst that could happen with which part? I've been blathering about a lot of things here. I have no idea what overdrive is. I'm just going to leave that there. Anyway, we'll see. I have kind of high but unfounded hopes that they're going to, get their head out and figure... Oh, get her an Xbox. Well, see, I could at this point, but why would I? Like, it's not going to help us do anything. So we can save the money, buy the game, and get 2 copies of the game for both of our PlayStations, assuming it actually plays on the non-pro version decent, which I'm not convinced yet that it does. We'll see. If they offer crossplay for the Xbox, so that we can both play on, on the same server, so to speak, if we can team up, that would be great. But right now, getting an Xbox does mean nothing. It's like one more console that I could have just bought, the game for the console I already have. Doesn't really help me at all. She might like it better, maybe. She's not really like I'm not a hardcore gamer either, but she's even less so. And she's kind of grown up on the, Nintendo before, and then now the PlayStation. So it'd be kind of gambly. Like, hey, if she wants to try an Xbox sometime, and she decides, oh my gosh, I just don't understand why, but this totally changes gaming for me. I simply must have one. Then, I'll think about it. What does this mean? I must be poisoned or something. I keep grunting and groaning. Let's use some Radaway. And let's use a stim pack. And then, where's the view? View. No, that's not it. Oh, there it is. Effects. Stim pack, Radaway, parasites. Okay, let me see if I have, anything that'll actually heal them. I've got disease cure. Will that get rid of the parasites? I hope. I've recovered from parasites. Like, how old am I? I should ask why you want to know first. But no, I'm shall we say, put it this way. I was there when Pong was a huge hit in the home. And I got to play some of the first arcade games on vector screens. And I remember when Space Invaders was a new thing. My wife and I, when we were teenagers, used to hang out in the same arcade, though we didn't know one another at the time. So if you know your game history, that'll kind of tell you how old I am. You were made in the early 80s. Yeah, well, honestly, they're not too far apart. I mean, we are, but not a ton. I miss arcades too, but I'm lucky to live someplace where they are coming back. They're coming back sort of in bar form, but most of them have, if I want to go with my kids or something, and yeah, like I said, I've got kids and a mortgage and the whole thing. They have hours where you can go, and they've got a really, really good rotating selection of vintage stuff. I'm gonna take out a bee swarm with my axe. I have no idea where I'm going. I'm literally just wandering around until I get in trouble, and then I try to fight my way out. Bees. What do you do about a bee swarm? Go away. Just gonna make them angry now. If I had a shotgun, I'd try that, but I don't. Just go in the house. What quest objective am I doing? Let's take a look. Some sort of firefighters thing. Into the fire, yeah. Complete the physical exam. Yeah, that's, I think, the second bee swarm I've seen. I don't remember how I took the other one out. I'm thinking flamethrower, right? Which I don't even know if that's probably a thing in here. I mean, they had them in Fallout 4. Flamethrower or a shotgun, because otherwise, I mean, what are you going to do? Shoot like one line of bees out at a time? This is what I was looking for. See what kind of supply... Oh, I'm still wearing the army fatigues. Blech. Let's see what we got. Switch to craft, yeah, I apparently have nothing. So if I try to fix that, it says I need adhesive. I'm going to need more both steel and aluminum to fix stuff. No, this is not. This is 76. And this is 76 on a PC. So if you're confused, I'm not surprised. I tend to, when I'm playing the game, I can only keep like 1/4 of one half of my brain on actually talking, so who knows what the heck I actually said while I was wandering around. I think that's an acquired skill. And I have not acquired it yet. Oh yeah, I don't think I've never seen a bee swarm in Fallout 4. Nothing of the sort. Maybe they will have metal. Well, there's a robot. You can kill that and take the metal. Sneak up. You can't see me. There we go. Taking a nap on the hood of the car. Whoops. No. Wait, seriously? I guess I did take a swing at you earlier. Steel scrap. Perfect. Knock that off. There we go. Oh, you're looking to watch Fallout 4? Yeah, sorry to disappoint. You know, I think it speaks volumes that it was kind of hard to tell the difference at first. I was just saying earlier, I think it was before you were on, that this is kind of like a really big DLC for Fallout 4. Hey, EG, how's it going? Oh, there's another one. Pardon me. There we go. Okay, so getting some good steel scraps. We still need some aluminum. That's probably going to be a little tougher to find. Yes, everyone's surprised. This is Fallout 76. That's how different it looks. People wonder, and if they don't actually look at the name of the game, it's like, that's funny. I've never been here in Fallout 4. It's like, well, there's a reason. Alrighty. Well, thanks for stopping by. It's good chatting with you. Have fun. Yep. This game is absolutely not everyone's cup of tea. Hey, thanks. I appreciate that. No, I'd love to see you back here again. Sounds good. But no, Fallout 4, don't even know if you're still there. Fallout, oops. Okay, now I'm totally over-encumbered. Fallout 4 is awesome. I've simply played it to death. I played it way too much to really enjoy it anymore. So, and this I don't mind so much. And you know, like I said, I know a lot of people just want to see it burn. I'd love to see it go up in flames, but yeah, I don't feel like it's so bad. Kind of like it. All right. Downside is, let's see. And 4, I would know exactly where I need to go to find some of that lovely aluminum. Here, I am totally lost. I'm just some person wandering around with an axe, hoping to find a stash of tin cans, or not tin cans, but aluminum cans or something. Yeah, heard you coming. Whoop! There we go. I've got plenty of mole rat meat. Just gonna leave that there. Nope. So, E.G., how's your night going? Let's see. Is there anything in here? Wonder if I get anything from scrapping that. I'll take a look in a minute. Can I scrap the gun here? So let's scrap all the junk. That'll lighten some things up. And then let's go over to weapons. Doing just fine. Good to hear. And if I scrap that, I get rubber, quartz, and... well, I'll take it. It's not like it's going to do... not doing anyone else any good. Yeah, you know, in playing this, as much as I do like it, it does feel very much like Fallout after the game is over. Like, I'm playing this to get used to it, to kind of learn the systems. Unless I figure out a way to play regularly with my son or my wife, I don't know that I would come back and play it a ton. And this from someone who likes the game. Doesn't have all the sort of anger and hatred and desire for retribution that so many people seem to have about this. There's some metally looking things up there. Let's go see if there's any aluminum that way. So hopefully the mouth is moving a little better tonight. There are 1,000,001 little things that you can tweak in the software for face tracking. And I tried, well, let's just shorthand it and just say I tried adjusting a few things. But I think part of the problem is, like I said before, I'm just not, apparently don't move a lot when I talk. What makes it better than Fallout 4? Well, actually, let's see. Some of the systems I think are better. The idea that your weapons can wear out, that's based on the idea that the survival mode is a better version of Fallout 4, which I would say that's absolutely true. Like all the other modes, the easy on up through, super hard, whatever's there below survival, those to me are kind of like practice modes for survival. When you play survival mode, and presuming you're already really into the game, it changes everything. Like, it is just a whole new game, and it's an even better game. So this takes survival mode. It has to eliminate sleeping because of the whole real time, you don't want people... You don't want to have to, like, wander away from the game for 8 hours while your character sleeps, since it's multiplayer. So they took that out, but they added some other systems that add some subtlety, that make it a little bit more... enhance some of the things that were already good in survival mode. I do think some of the graphics are better. They're not like light years better by any stretch of the imagination, but the lighting effects and stuff, I think are pretty awesome. Personally, I love the multiplayer part. And again, if you're not into the multiplayer thing, I'd say you probably have very little reason to dive in and play this, especially since they're not going to have mods or any of the other big attractions that draw people for at least a year, from what I've heard. I could be wrong. Could be wrong on the dates. But I heard it was going to be at least a year before they opened it up for modification. So multiplayer, better survival systems, I would have, up to today, said that the camp system was a reason. I'm not so sure that's true anymore, unfortunately. I think they made a huge mistake with the camp. I don't know why, but I came in tonight and got a message right away saying, we can't place your camp. You're going to have to move it. You can move it for free, but you got to move it. Which is pretty lame. I was commenting earlier that in a game where you don't have personalities, you don't have NPCs that you can interact with, which for me isn't a huge thing, but for a lot of people is a big deal. But you don't have that sort of thing, and now you also don't have any way. You have this thing that should allow you to make a lasting impact on the world, and yet you can't. It just will sort of at random disappear. And the same thing happens with settlements. So there's no sense of ownership or permanence in the game. So you're literally just you're a vagabond permanently. Well, that's lovely. You are, I mean, maybe there are things you can do to make your camp more permanent to prevent it from being moved. No idea what that might be. I wasn't given a reason as to why my camp was moved. I just got a message saying, nope, you are no longer there. What's funny is it kind of fit the same pattern. A fire tap souffle. Huh? Oh, that's probably aluminum. It was sort of the same as with the whole, I mean, it's nowhere near as bad, but with the whole duffel bag fiasco with the collector's edition, where Bethesda was like, we told you you're going to get this thing. Here's something else that's not nearly as nice instead, and $5 to go along with it. So again, as much as I like the game, I gotta say too that Bethesda's really, really tripping it up on this one. They better get their ducks in a row. They just want to see this go on. But, you know, I don't, to kind of maybe challenge the question just a little bit. Take this workbench. Oh, cool. I don't think this has to be a better version of Fallout 4. In fact, I think that the way they framed it, you would assume that it did have to be. Because, you know, it's not Fallout 4. It's apparently the next version of Fallout. I think they would have done much better to present it as sort of something more like DLC. Like, think of Fallout 4, but we've changed a lot of stuff. You can play online. You know, there's multiplayer. Here's this while you wait for all the other goodies, all the other projects that we're working on. But they didn't. They gave it a name. They gave it a designation that suggests that it's something brand new. And it's missing, you know, whether you like it or not, it is missing a lot of the hallmarks that would make people think of it as a new, independent, self-contained game. And generally speaking, folks out there are not going to be the sensitive, careful thinking types. They're going to feel cheated. They're going to gripe to high heaven about it. Which is exactly where we are.
All are together.
That was awkward. There we go. 10 pitchers. Nope. Do you have to use 10 for some things now? Rust is very much PvP based, but Fallout 76 has no PvP. Well, technicality. But you know where I'm going to be going with this. It does have PvP. It just has let's all be friends PvP. Right? Like, you can't just go and attack someone. You have to, like, you kind of have to go up to someone and say, pardon me, may I assault you? And if they say, yes, I'd like to assault you also, then you can have a fight. You know, from one point of view, I guess it makes it good for people who are new to the platform, new to the genre. I'm not sure how many people like. I don't know how much of Fallout 76's audience are folks who are new, right? So again, pastor's vestment. Let's change my clothes. I'll dress up as a pastor here, just because. So I'm going to drop. I really don't need that actually. Dirty army fatigues, dirty helmet. Put my hat back on with the pastor's vestments. Well, they didn't need the paramedic jumpsuit anymore. Yeah. And I was supposed to be wearing one of these. Sturdy leather, sturdy metal. Let's put that one on. And drop that. And also drop that. Boy, that was carrying around a bunch of extra weight. So I've never had a PvP battle here. So that's on my hopeful list, is actual like PvP servers where you can go in. Whoops. And ideally, you would have to start a new character. Like you'd have to go in. You could not build up a character in the non-PvP world and then hop it over to the PvP server. So you're going in fully armed. You would have to go through, you know, like, oh, that's exactly where I was. Hello. You'd have to build everything up from scratch. I would totally go for that. I think it'd be rough. Probably be pretty frustrating for a while. No, get away. But that's just the nature, you know, it's the nature of the game. You go into it knowing that, you shouldn't have any reason to complain. Hello. Yeah, there's always that extra hit. Like that last one, that is not me clicking the controller. It just, she gets into a little bit of a frenzy whenever she's using the axe. Do I have anything I need to cook? Might need to boil some water. We'll take a look here. Nope, no boiled water. Any food, anything? No. Whoops. Some more aluminum. And some more. Okay, well, there's all my aluminum and steel and a weapons workbench. Perfect. See if I can get my main weapons back. Definitely. And the shotgun. Ah, I'm missing adhesive now. Okay. Look around. There's usually, I've not had a ton of trouble finding. Oh, there's some right there. So that's probably not enough. It might be enough, but I'm gonna look around a little more. Who are you? You have grenades. I better grab some. I was saying earlier too. Most of the fighting I'm doing in this game is at a distance still. Like it could just be me messing things up, but I'm finding that the progression. I'm level 17 right now, and I still feel like I'm just kind of starting out. And that could be me misusing the whole, that new, what do you call it? Not smart. Special. The new special system where you use the trading cards and pick your attributes that way. I could be using that all wrong. But it could also just be that it's actually quite a bit tougher to build up a really powerful character in this. Having played from scratch, you know, starting a brand new character a couple times recently in Fallout 4, having played the game enough, I find that it doesn't really take that much to get to where you don't really feel like you're in all that much danger anymore, which again is one of the reasons that I'm enjoying this. Add that to the list of reasons why, at least for experienced Fallout players, why this one is, if not better, then at least maybe there's a little more room than you would otherwise think for enjoying the game. going to shake things up a little bit and make you work for it, which, if you've been playing Fallout 4 forever, you probably haven't had to do for a while. Never tried Rust. I probably should. Just to expand my horizons a little bit. I'd probably die a lot and lose everything for a long time, based on the little teeny bit I know about it. Mainly, actually, from what you've told me about it. But that's okay. You gotta start somewhere. You know, they had made noise, too, about the idea of eventually... I just realized I don't have to use that axe anymore. Let's load this thing up. So, they had talked about being able to host your own 76 servers. Again, probably not for quite a while. It's fun in its own way. Yeah, it seems to draw a very particular audience, but then most games that have a good solid following do, right? Alright, so I'll keep looking around for some adhesive. Basically, we're wandering around looking for glue and tape. And as soon as I find one or two more items that provide that, then I'll start looking around for another weapons bench. What is going on in here? Stay towards this end of the bus. Nope. Nope. The other end is a mess. Gotta run. Alright, well, thanks for stopping by. It's good to chat with you a little bit. Hope you have a good day. Sarah Foster, this doesn't look like Fallout 4. No, it doesn't. Actually, I'd counter that. I'd say it looks a lot like Fallout 4, but isn't. But no, this is the much abhorred Fallout 76. I should change my game to the accurate one. Accurate? I'm curious. Accurate in what way? Because I have played Fallout 4 a lot. I played that thing... Well, stop that. I played that thing to death. I played it enough that when I go back in and play, I almost immediately want to leave. Not because it's a bad game or anything, just because it offers nothing new at this point. And I've added a few mods. I mainly like the cosmetic ones, the things that change some of the lighting effects and that. Not a huge... Anyway, yeah, you get the idea. And ping. Rats. There we go. I hang out back here for a second just to make sure they don't explode. Looks like we're good. Responder's note, huh? What does the responder's note say? I'll take a look at that. A scorch beast came on us quick and quiet out of the night sky. We barely escaped with our lives, but now we've all got this sickness. I didn't think, I just ran. No way in hell they're sticking me in a cage to poke and probably hear someone coming. I'm going to be done with that for right now. Whoops. There we go. Anyone else? So I hesitate to ask, have you actually played any Fallout 76 at all? Fertile soil.
Automated warning to all responders.
Whoops.
Your phone hands are out of control.
Ah.
Evacuate civilians and take down their supervisors.
Oh, I'm doing awful tonight. There's one. No. I don't think I fixed my shotgun yet either. There's another one. And you. Ooh. All my stuff. Well, unless I have some adhesive in here. Probably not. A bunch of garbage. Yeah, nothing. Well, you know, I had not intended to play that long tonight. I might wrap this up pretty soon. Man, I was like looking everywhere for aluminum earlier. Now I'm finding it around every corner. Now I need adhesive and it's nowhere to be found. All rats. There's gotta be something around here, right? Yeah, I've already done all that. Burnt textbook. Da, 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 da. Just need the glue.
You just did.
What?
To evade, capture, begin pursuit.
Huh. Alright, fine. Feel kind of bad doing this, but I'm gonna have to put the stim pack here in a minute. Not exactly sure when that started. When they started attacking me. I've been here plenty of times. No attacks. So. Oh well. Go figure. No, I don't want the Bowie knife. Tape, glue, anything. What's that? Cranberry jam. Sure, why not? Eh? What was that? Huh, go figure. Alright, well, let's see what I can do here. It's worth a look. So I got the shotgun, and yeah, I still don't have enough. So I've got, yeah, I'm missing one adhesive. Just one little, like, roll of tape, one little bottle of glue. Something. I can fix my shotgun and then get back to the mission I was working on. Where is there was like an area around here where there was like a, oh, it's probably over here, where there was a store and that kind of thing. Bugs. What? There we go. Oop. Yeah, if he's not going to attack me, I'll just leave him alone. No need to start a fight. You, on the other hand, and there we go. Well, I know there's a stove up this way, so I may as well collect the loot. That's fine. Never asked to be part of that mission anyway. Oh, right. $3, 3 bullets. That's how you do it. Do. So I'm guessing this Mr. Farmhand's probably going to attack me also, just because lately everything does. He's running away. We'll leave him. He's going to go down there, fight some bugs. Better him than me. Where is the camp around here? I know it's... Aha, there we go. Let's do that. Hey, how's it going? Tape. Hooray. Okay, that's an armor workbench. Alrighty, and shotgun. Beauty. Okay, that's it for tonight. I would say I'm gonna head home. Kind of packed it up for the night, but they moved my home. I have no home right now. Actually, this spot right over here, this is my new home. So, thanks to everyone for watching tonight. Had a great turnout. Hope you have a good evening, and I will see you again soon. Take care.